gagawin. Kakatawa natin, gutom na ako.
Kasi mabusog. Tara, punta tayo yung kalabadi room. May takay pagkain doon.
Tara. Ano? May video ka sa kanila.
Oo.
Tara. Tara.
Buddy!
Buddy Rom!
Oh, what's up mga buddy?
Oy! Ano, bakit kami nandito?
Bakit buddy?
Makikimerienda kami.
Nagugutom na kami. Kanina pa kami nagkakwento dun eh.
O sige, pasok kayo. Maraming pagkain dito.
Tara. Buddy, ang dilim naman dito sa inyo.
Oo nga eh. Ano kaya magandang gawin?
Ay, buddy, naalala mo
Oo,
ano?
yung laba lang.
Oo! May na-experiment kami dati na laba lang. Try natin ngayon.
Paano yun?
Para medyo...
Mabilis lang siya. Parang ano lang siya. Konting ingredients lang. Tapos ay pagsasama-samahin mo lang. Yun lang.
O sige, tara gawin natin.
Para aesthetic pati yun. Aesthetic.
Tara.
Andito kami ngayon sa inyong harapan upang ipakita sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng lava lamp experiment. At sa paggawa nga pala ng lava lamp experiment, ito ang mga kailangan natin gamitin. Empty jar, cooking oil, baking soda, food coloring, at vinegar. And lastly, kailangan din natin ng lamp upang mapakita ang kagandahan ng kakalabasan ng ating lava lamp experiment. Excited na ba kayo mga buddies?
Siyempre naman, buddy.
Eh kayo? Oh, ano pa hinihintay natin? Tara na!
The first procedure is put 2 tablespoons of baking soda to the jar. The second procedure is to pour the cooking oil to the same jar where you put the baking soda. The third procedure is to mix the food color and vinegar in a separate container. For the fourth procedure, mix the vinegar with the food color and the cooking oil with the baking soda together. And for the last and fifth procedure, observe the chemical reaction as the baking soda interacts with the vinegar and creates a lava lamp effect.
So ito na nga yung kinalabasan na experiment natin. Eh, di ba ang ganda, aesthetic? Oh. Ayan, buddy room.
Oo nga.
Try nating patayin yung ilaw para makita yung kagandahan ng ginawa natin.
And now, we will proceed to the scientific method of the lava lamp experiment. Step 1. Make observation and gathering knowledge about a phenomenon. In our case, let's talk about how and why vinegar and baking soda can make a lava lamp. This experiment is very interesting since it creates a magical and beautiful kind of lamp. But how does it work? Step number 2. Formulation of hypothesis. When you add the vinegar, which is more dense than the oil, it sinks down through the oil. When the vinegar meets baking soda, which stays at the bottom, a chemical reaction begins. They produce carbon dioxide. You can see the bubbles take some vinegar to the top. When the bubbles pop at the surface, vinegar droplets fall back down. That's because vinegar is more dense than oil, and this is all about liquid density. Step number 3 and 4. Testing of hypothesis and experimentation. As we can see in our previous video, we have successfully accomplished the lava lamp experiment. And as we can see that the vinegar is more dense than oil, and we can see the concept of liquid density. Step number 5. Drawing of conclusion. Now, we can say that a chemical reaction begins when we combine the vinegar and baking soda through the oil. We can say that we are right with our hypothesis. It says that when we add the vinegar, which is more dense than the oil, it sinks down through the oil, and when the vinegar meets baking soda, which stays at the bottom, a chemical reaction begins. Then they will produce the carbon dioxide, and as we can see, the bubbles take some vinegar to the top, and when the bubbles pop at the surface, vinegar droplets fall back down. And that's because vinegar is more dense than oil.
Bati kaya tayo.
Tara. O diba, sabi natin, FT lang tayo dito kala body room. Nakagawa pa tayong experiment, laba lang.
Mas nakakagana kumain.
Oo, kahit medyo madilim, at least may aesthetic tayong lamp, di ba? Oo. Kaya na
Talino ka talaga.
Siyempre.
Ang fairness, mahal. Talagang ang anak ay anak. Mahal ang ama.
Gusto pa naman ni
At tapos mamaya, pagkakain natin, video kita tayo.
Oo, kantahan naman.
Philippine History Class 98 ko. Wala. Pinapuruhan ko na rin. Naku, nasa kanila ba? Wala pa, hindi ko kayong binili na.